Leadership development. The new era demands a new kind of leader. The 21st century is rewriting every rules of success. Organizations are flatter, teams are global, and changes happen at lightning speed. In this ever evolving world, leadership has become the single most important differentiator between chaos and progress. But what exactly is leadership? It is not a job title, it's not a authority. It's influence with integrity, purpose with passion, and vision with values. It's the ability to bring out the best in yourself and others, even in uncertainty. Leadership today is not a luxury, it's a survival skill. Companies shift overnight, teams from across time zones, and decisions that used to take months are expected in hours. In this environment, technical skill alone is insufficient. What separates those who thrive from those who merely survive is the capacity to lead, to influence, to align, to make decisions under uncertainty, and to inspire others towards meaningful outcomes. This module exists to do three things: convince you leadership matters right now, demonstrate that leadership is learnable and practical, and begin transforming you from a passive contributor into someone who consistently creates positive impact wherever you title. Swami Vivekanand once said, all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. The one line captures the essence of leadership development. The goal of this course is to help you realize that seeds of great leadership already lies within you. This journey is about awakening them, nurturing them, and channeling them towards making more meaningful difference. The critical why leadership development is imperative. Now, let's talk about the changing landscape of leadership. The world of work today is more dynamic than ever. There is technology which evolves daily, reshaping industries overnight. Hybrid work modules connects people across cities, countries, and time zones. Teams are now made up of diverse backgrounds and perspectives. In this setting, leadership is no longer about managing people face to face. It's about connecting minds, inspiring actions, and creating clarity among complexity. Imagine being part of a project with no clear direction, unclear goals, and constant last minute changes. You have probably experienced this at college or in group assignments or in projects. A single person who brings calm, organizes tasks, motivates others, and keeps everyone focused. That's the leader. Leadership, therefore, isn't about power, it's about purpose. The modern landscape, it has got complexity, speed, and new work models. So let's look at rapid technological changes. Automation and AI shifts the tasks people do. Humans must focus on judgment, creativity, and relationship driven work. Globalization and cross cultural teams. You will regularly interact with colleagues from different cultural norms, motivation, and communication styles. Effective leadership requires cultural, sensitive, and flexible communication. Hybrid and remote work. Visibility and proximity are no longer proxies for performance. Leader must intentionally create connections, clarity, and cultural across distances. Volatile markets and ambiguous problems. Strategic clarity and the ability to pivot becomes more valuable than rigid plans. Implication of this are organization need people who can coordinate distributed effort, make fast, well communicated decision, and sustain morale through change. So now let's look at the hidden cost of weak leadership. When leadership fails, everything suffers. Employees lose motivation, projects lose focus, organization lose trust. Poor leadership creates measurable and hidden costs. So, replace a single mid-level employee can cost 6 to 9 months of their salary in hiring, ramp up, and lost productivity. This is a conceptual point. The turnover is expensive. So, next, look at decreased engagement in innovation. Teams under poor leadership withhold ideas and efforts. Risk aversion kills experimentation. Also, wasted strategy and failed initiatives. Without clear leadership, strategic initiatives becomes misaligned, delayed, or cancelled. Next, look at reputational damage. Toxic cultures leak to the outside world, hurting employer, brand, and customer trust. Let's look at leadership as a learnable skill. Leadership is not a mysterious gift. It is a discipline that anyone can master through self awareness, reflection, and practice. So, what are their learnable elements? Self awareness, mental models for decision making, communication frameworks, coaching practices, and conflict resolution. Techniques can be taught and practiced. Deliberate practice, leadership grows through cycle of reflection, feedback, and iteration, much like learning a technical skill. Growth mindset, believing leadership can be developed fuels the effort to practice and improve. Investing in leadership development scales, every person trained multiplies organizational capacity. Great leaders are lifelong learners. They begin by understanding themselves, respecting others, and serving a purpose larger than their own success. Leadership development helps you turn potential into performance and intention into impact. Why students and freshers must take this course? The direct benefit to you. From classroom to corporate, the new transition. As you prepare to enter the professional world, you will soon realize something powerful. Degrees get you the job, but leadership gets you growth. A company doesn't hire you for what you know, it hires you for what you can contribute. Leadership helps you stand out by showing initiatives, creativity, and teamwork. Imagine two freshers joining the same company. The first quietly follows instruction and complete tasks. The second takes ownership, suggests improvement, and encourages teammates. The reality eagerly early career professional. You will compete with peers who have similar technical knowledge. Differentiation increasingly comes from how you work with others. Rapid role changes. Many early hires find themselves working across roles and responsibilities. Leadership skills accelerate adoption. Promotion criteria shift. Employers reward those who can lead initiatives, not only deliver tasks. Who get noticed faster? The second one. Not because they have more experience, but because they show leadership behavior. Okay. How do I get noticed without overstating my experience? Learn to lead small initiatives and communicate outcomes succinctly. How can I contribute meaningful as juniors? Lead from any chair, guide meetings, surface solutions, and coordinate cross function friends. Next, you may think of how do I move from individual contributor to team lead. So, for that, build the influence and delegation muscles before you have the title. So, now let's look at leading from any chair. You don't have to be a manager to lead. You can lead from wherever you are as a student, intern, or team member. Take ownership of data cleanup tasks, create a 2 week plan, update stakeholders, and show measurable impact. So, these are intern leading a micro project. Junior, let's take another example. Junior dev coordinating a cross team bug fix, facilitate the conversation, document decisions, and align next step, showing coordination skills. New graduate presenting an idea. Use structured persuasion to get buy in from more senior colleagues. Swami Vivekananda once said, "Be the servant while leading, be unselfish." Leadership begins with service, the unwillingness to put the group's success above your own ego. You lead by example, by taking initiatives, by lifting others. Okay. So from technical skill to human skill, the shift. In past, organizations promoted people for technical brilliance. Today, success depends just as much on communication, empathy, and adaptability. Technical competence gets interviews, leadership skills get promotion. So, this is the early career formula. Next, influence multiplies impact. Knowing how to influence peers and stakeholders increases the reach of your technical work. For students and freshers, leadership is the fastest accelerator from qualified candidate to indispensable contributor. As you will discover in this course, leadership is not about hierarchy, it's about influence, and influence comes from character. The indispensable role of leadership skill in career progression. Let's explore 7 powerful leadership capabilities that shape successful careers and strong organizations. The first among this is strategic communication. The ability to express ideas clearly and persuasively is a fundamental leadership skill. Structure your message with clarity, brevity, and audience focus. For example, situation, what is the complication, question, and recommendation. So, next, what you can practice, prepare one slide summaries, write concise updates, use storytelling to explain technical work. What benefit that will give you is clear communication are seen as decision capable. They lead meetings, get asked for input, and are trusted with customer or stakeholder facing roles. Let's take an example. During a team meeting, instead of using jargon, you explain your idea in simple logical terms everyone understood. So, what will be the result? Your clarity makes people trust your thinking. You will be soon seen as a credible and dependable. Next comes very important thing, which is emotional intelligence. Leadership requires you to understand emotions, your own and others. What it is: self awareness, self regulation, empathy, and social skills. So, how can you practice this? Pause before reacting, seek to understand before responding, solicit feedback on how you make others feel. What this brings as a career benefit: higher collaboration quality, conflict avoidance, and stronger relationships, leading to better team outcomes and promotability. Let's take an example. A colleague seemed distracted. Instead of judging, you check in with them and offer support. What you get as a result? You build trust and a culture of care. Next, very important thing comes as, or the third point, decision making under uncertainty. Leaders rarely have all the answers. They make the best decision with available information. What it is? So, using frameworks, for example, expected value, decision tree, minimum viable experience, to choose a path when data is incomplete. How can you practice for this? Make small bets with time boxed experiments, document assumptions and learning. What career benefit you get out of this is individuals who make reasonable documented decisions earn trust and are given larger scope of responsibility. I'll explain you with an example. You lead a campus project and a sponsor backs out last minute. You calmly explore alternatives, propose solution and keep the team motivated. What will be the result of it? You will earn respect for your composure and creativity. So, in this course, what you would learn is identify your unique leadership styles, communicate with clarity and empathy, solve how you will solve problem with confidence, how you can build a strong relationship and influence others positively, how you can handle conflicts and challenges gracefully, how you can lead with focus, patience, and purpose. So, the leadership development course, your journey ahead. This program is structured to help you grow step by step from understanding leadership to applying it real world context. Each module combines concepts, reflection exercises, and practical tools to ensure deep learning. So it will be divided into majorly four categories. The first category is the foundation of leadership, in which we will try to understand what makes a good leader, understanding the essential traits that define effective leaders: integrity, empathy, resilience, and vision, learned through real world examples and simple reflection tasks. In next session, we will explore leadership styles, discover different leadership styles: visionary, participative, coaching, and situational. Identify which style best fits your personality and context. In the third session, we will be building a leadership personal leadership identity, developed by developing self-awareness by exploring your strengths, values, and communication habits. Learn how to lead authentically in this session. Then comes the second category, wherein we will discuss about strategic thinking and decision making. So the first session in that will be problem solving mastery. You will learn structured approaches to analyzing problems, generating creative solutions, and making practical decisions. The next session, or the session 5, will be evaluating consequences and making decisions. So in that you will understand risk assessment, long term thinking, and ethical decision making. Session 6 will take care of delegation and empowerment, which is very important in leadership. Learn how to trust, assign, and guide others effectively without micromanaging. Now comes the next category, people and relationship management. In that, the first session will be on interpersonal communication skills. You will know how to improve so that you connect, listen, and express ideas clearly across different personality types. Next session will be around conflict resolution and team harmony. How you can practice transforming disagreements into understanding and collaboration. The next session will be on the art of negotiation, in which you will master win win thinking, influencing outcomes while maintaining respect and relationship. Next comes the category 4, which is leading change and innovation. So, in that, the first session will be embracing and leading change. So much is changing, AI is coming, things are getting transformed, the globe is getting speed. So, you need to learn how to stay confident and inspire adaptability in times of transformations. Next session, or the last session, will be about creating future leaders. Discover how to mentor others, multiply your impact, and build a culture of empowerment. With this, we will be approaching the end of the session, wherein we will do a leadership reflection and action plan, in which we will reflect on your journey, assesses growth, and create a personal leadership roadmap for continuous development. This complete course ensures a complete learning arc, from personal growth to leading teams, from thinking strategically to inspire change. It's not just about understanding leadership, it is about living it, decision at one decision at a time. So, your leadership journey begins here. Picture yourself a year from now, confident, respected, and impactful. Your colleagues look up to you not because of your title, but because you uplift them. You handle challenges with calm, inspire others in tough moments, and push boundaries with courage. That's what this course will help you become. Swami Vivekananda reminds us that real leadership is selfless and steadfast. Be steady, be patient. Do not stop until you have built your character and your work stands as a service to the mankind. This is what he has said. So, leadership is not about leading peoples, it is about awakening strength in peoples. The journey starts now with one step, one choice, and one belief that you are capable of greatness.